Thinking Twitch is having some technical difficulties. I'm not entirely sure. Just having a little bit of a look on that. Sorry for all the missed racing right now, guys, but ideally we are back from what I'm seeing, and well, so far not much has really happened. There was a virtual safety car, but that was cleared out pretty quickly. But we're back racing, and Tacos got actually ahead of Phantom, as you just saw at the very start of it. And Redeemer has actually already gotten past RJL up into P9. So Redeemer trying to make his way up the grid. But I just want to say, the top two are already streaking out compared to everyone. They're already 10 seconds ahead of anyone.
Yeah, and this could probably play into pit stops as well. The pit stop is relatively very short, and at the pace they're going right now on the softs, they might be able to overcut the likes of maybe KP21. There's still a very big train between Fluky and Hobwob, so I'm not so sure, based on my calculations, if they will overtake him. But here comes Phantom again on Tacos F1. We've seen these two battle it a lot through the DRS straights. Easy pass with the aid of the DRS. He goes into the pit, so does Tacos. Tacos follows him. Is that for wing damage? That is a 5-second penalty for both Phantom and Tacos. I'm not sure if Tacos pushed him into the pit lane.
I think he might have, because by the looks of it, Phantom was obviously trying to abide to the speed limit, yeah. And then Tacos just catching him out. But that has given them both a 5-second time penalty that could be removed later on in the Grand Prix. We'll have to wait and see. But they are still alongside each other in this race. But they're actually going to be encountering a little bit of traffic as KP21, who I think hasn't pitted yet. He is ahead of both these drivers. Phantom's going to try and go around the outside of turn 3. Nikolai, that's caught Tacos out. That's caught Tacos out, and now he's lost quite a lot of time to Phantom. 2 seconds already between the two.
KP21 is also spun because of that.
Yes, he has. So both Red Bulls being caught out by that, and KP21 spun again. He's basically riding the wall, I guess you could say, and that's not gone well for the Red Bull driver, who I guess you could say needs a good result if he wants to stay in this. But yeah, Phantom just giving him a little bit too little space and causing him to spin. And that has relegated him down to P10, and a big gap between P5 and P6 now. Yellow flag, Sprightly's out, and that is a safety car.
That does help Fluky there. Fluky reacts quickly and goes into the pit lane. I think he pitted before, actually, but Ethab, of course, reacts quickly into that. Mirko?
Sorry, what's happened?
Just spectate Ethan real quick. Oh, or never mind. Okay. Never mind. That was a glitch on my end. He was in the middle of the track. I was like, wait, what?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I wasn't seeing anything on the minimap, so I wasn't entirely sure, but I guess Ethab was having a little bit of a glitch with Feta, but he is in P6 now on a new set of mediums. But one person who's actually who would have been benefited from this, but has actually been caught out, has actually been Butters. He hasn't pitted yet. Now there's Hobble, but Hobble is on those mediums, but Butters is on those soft compounded tires. So he's going to want to pit this lap if he wants to, well, basically just get his pit stop over and done with, possibly go on to the mediums. Carbon is also into the pits as well. What tire does he go on? He goes on to, oh, he's actually serving a 5-second. And then he has a front wing change. I think that is onto a set of hards. Yes, it is. So Carbon already going back onto the hard compounded tire. But safety car, everyone is now starting to bunch up behind the Aston Martin safety car. So not only is this being led by an Aston Martin safety car, the train is being led by an Aston Martin.
Yeah, also Tacos also pitted again for a new fresh set of hards. So I'm not so sure how that will play against this fight for the win. Two people already go into the pits. Phantom leads this race with 2-lap-old mediums. I'm not sure. Do you think he could take those to the end with this safety car? Or will he need just another safety car to save his tires? I know the mediums are a good race tire, but I don't know if they're that good.
It might be difficult for him. We'll have to wait and see. It's only 2 laps degradation, and obviously the mediums are the better race tire as they can go quite a ways into this Grand Prix. We'll see what Phantom can do in this. It will be hard, especially considering that people behind him are on fresher mediums, but not by much. So it's... I think what Phantom's going to need to do is possibly either 1, pull a gap, or 2, just possibly try to take it easy. But yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to bunch up behind the safety car. Ideally, we are waiting on the Aston Martin of Carbon, who's all the way on the other side of the track.
Yeah,
basically, we'll see if the safety car will most likely come in next lap.
It's crazy. There's so many people on the mediums. And then just
I'm not surprised.
A few people on the hards. I'm not.
Yeah,
sorry, keep going.
Yeah. I'm just not surprised by that choice. Obviously, everyone's saying the same thing that we were before, saying that the medium compound of tire is definitely the race tire to be on. The only people that have decided otherwise on it is Tacos, Father Corn, and Carbon. Tacos, in which is in P9 on the hard compound of tire. We'll see what he can do, as Frizy is in the pits. So he's probably going to get off those 10-lap-old mediums. He's going to go onto another set of mediums, interestingly. So that's interesting, because remember, in F1, you have to select 2 different tire compounds. So he's going with the same tire compound, so he has to pit again. But I think he's betting on possibly a late safety car?
Yeah, maybe he is, or maybe he knows that the rest of everyone who's pitted cannot go to the end, so he's gonna opt for the same strategy as everyone and see what happens. You know, I don't know. There's such a lot of uncertainty with this. I don't know.
There's always a lot of uncertainty in F1.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just how it rolls.
Maybe Tacos, you know, maybe Tacos has played it out well, wanting to go for the 1 stop, wanting to go comfortably to the end of the race, because I think he can comfortably go to the end of the race on these tires. So can Father Corn. Safety car is gonna go in this lap. But yeah, I mean, Phantom's gonna go against new people, Fluky, Crusade, and Tong right now. I would say he's the most experienced one when it comes to battling up in the front. He's battled so many people there. He's gonna do it again this time, and we'll see what happens now.
Yep, so right now it is Phantom's discretion as to whether he will go. He's just kind of keeping it consistent. He's not accelerating, braking as you shouldn't do in F1, or else that could cause a huge collision. Bit of change up at the back between Valkyrie and Father Corn, as Valkyrie actually gets a 5-second time penalty for colliding with Butters. So Valkyrie not entirely leaving the space. But Phantom, he hasn't gone yet. Now he's gone off the exit of 14, and as soon as they cross the line, the race is resumed, which he has done exactly that. And Fluky's not close enough to make a move just yet. Valkyrie's gone into the pits to try to change a front wing. So the McLaren not having a good time, but Phantom leads the Canadian Grand Prix ahead of Fluky. Then comes the 2 Alpines. The 2 Alpines once again have a good race. There's a yellow flag, and that is the other Alfa Romeo of Deemer, who unfortunately does not have a front wing, has spun on the exit of turn 2, so has not gone well for the other side of the Alfa Romeo garage. But on one side, it's still leading the Grand Prix, 7/10. Fluky just kind of keeping it consistent ahead of the 2 Alpines. Then there's quite a bit of a gap between Quick Tongue and Ishigo. Ishigo currently sitting in P5, but he's kind of in a comfortable position for now, as RJL is only 1.2 behind him. As there's a bit of a position change at the back. It's Baldguy. He got past Father Corn back up into the point-paying positions. And well, so far, Henchman. He got really squirrely on the exit of the hairpin. That allows Shredder to get past. And now Hobwob is having a battle with Tacos at the time being. Hobwob has the inside. Tacos is going to try and go around the outside, but Hobwob manages to cover it off. And Hobwob stays into P7. but Tacos has a decent exit. Can he try and challenge? He looks a little bit too far back, so he's not going to make the move just yet. But for now, everyone keeping it clean.
Yeah, remember, Fluky does not have a penalty. Phantom is pulling from him, though. So, I mean, maybe he just needs to wait for a safety car, because he just needs to increase his pace if he wants to battle this win, take this win from Phantom, who has a 3-second, and he doesn't. Ichigo as well. Ichigo wants to move from Quick Tongue right now, who does have a penalty. Quick Tongue just goes really wide and just lets everyone by. Okay.
I think from what I know, remember, I think before he said that there was actually a bit of commotion with Quick Tongue, as he's not technically supposed to be in this race. I think what he's going to do is probably go into the pits and retire. I'm not entirely sure about him letting everyone by there. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, Phantom pulling a little bit on Fluky for the time being. 1.2 between them. Ethab not too far behind. Hobbob gets a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help his race. But yeah, Ethab staying behind Fluky for the time being. 7/10, kind of staying consistent. He has to stay within the DRS though, or else he's gonna, well, I would say under pressure, but just not quite. But he is in P3 in a decent position, but but Ishigo is within his 3-second. That could pay off later on in the race. Could Ishigo possibly get another podium in just his 3rd race? We'll see. It's only lap 15, but a bunch of people had penalties, so this could go down to, well, anything really.
Yeah, of course. After Quick Tongue just let everyone by, I mean, the top 4 just, I mean, they're all really close to the DRS of each other, but they're not in it, so it's not really a DRS train. They're just pushing to see what they can do. Hobbob is fighting RJL there for 5th place. He's going side by side. He has the DRS. Both of them have the DRS, but he has a straight line advantage and goes up into P5 before the chicane. RGL is under pressure by Tacos as well. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, Taco's giving a little bit of pressure to the Red Bull of RJL. Redeemer gets a 3-second time penalty. I saw that Phantom set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so he definitely has the pace. He's trying to pull away from everyone. 1.8 between him and Fluky. It's going up ever so much more, but remember, he has 8 seconds due to the fact that he collided with Tacos, and then with obviously a 3-second that he had before. As whether that'll be removed, I suspect he should, but we shall see for the time being. But so far, everyone just kind of a little bit spread out, I guess you could say. There's a bit of a position change at the back. Quick Tongue is into the pits to change front wing and is on the medium compound of tire now, and is probably just stretch it out till the end for the time being. He's close to being lapped though by the race leader. A bit of position change at the back though. Hobbob has got past Ishigo and up into P4 and is already on the back of Ethab. Actually, Ethab losing quite a bit of pace around here. He's not on the back of Luke anymore and is now being caught by Hobbob. BRL Butters, I think, is in the pits. Yes, he is. Now Mercedes, he'll most likely go on to another set of mediums. Actually, no, he goes on to a set of softs, interestingly. Quick Tongue gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's not going to help his race, as he's already far down. But, yeah, Ethab right now just not entirely having the pace right now. And it has a little bit of a train going on, a 3-car train. Hobbob gaining on Ethab, going into turn 7, but it's not going to be close enough. He's going to want to the very long DRS straight. Or could he possibly go for a move of the hairpin? Not quite. He's a little bit too far back for the time being. But one person who isn't far back from the other guy is Tacos, right on the back of the Red Bull of RJL. He's got to have the DRS on the casino straight as long as he just keeps it easy through turn 11. He got a little squirrely there, but keeps it easy. And has the DRS, pulls out to the right-hand side of the Red Bull. Fluky gets a 3-second time penalty, and that's not going to help his race, but Tacos has now gotten past RJL and up into P6.
Yeah, Hobwob got blocked a bit there by Crusade Ethab in the DRS. I'm not so sure if he wanted for Crusade Ethab to be defending the inside, but he's still very much behind him, up his gearbox. Oh, gets a little squirrely there. That is that's Quick Tongue. I'm not so sure what he's doing there. But I know Hobwob is still fighting for that podium position from Ethab. Ethab is still very much under pressure by both Hobwob and Ichigo.
I think Quick Tongue might be disqualifying himself at the rate he's going. Carbon F1 has retired to exit a turn 4, and that is another safety car. I'll try and get an angle of that. Has just spun on the exit of 4 and has crashed similarly to what happened in Tier 3. That has caused the full course safety car to come out, and that is, I think, the second safety car?
Yes, it is.
Third, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Phantom is in the pits already, so Phantom, I think he's actually going to remove his 5-second time penalty because he had one before. So he's going to go on to most likely a new set, a medium compound tires. Yes, he does. And yet, there it is, confirmation. He is serving his 5-second time penalty and is going to come out. Well, actually, a bunch of people are in the pits, so I think he'll come out in most likely P6. The Alfa Romeo driver has a bit of overtaking to do if he wants to get back up to the lead of this Grand Prix. The man who's leading it right now is Hobwob once again.
Yeah, surprisingly decision. Hobwob decided to stay out. Maybe he wants to wait for another safety car, but Tacos is right behind him. Remember, Tacos wants to go to the end of this race on these tires. I don't know if this safety car helped him or not. We'll just have to see till the race continues.
We'll see. We'll see right now, but yeah, Tacos no doubt gonna want to make the move as soon as possible and just try and build a gap to everyone behind him. But he also has a little bit of pressure from a couple drivers behind, as if I look at tires, KP21, 8-lap old mediums. KP21, he has shown that he does have pace. He was consistent in the first part of this season. He's no doubt going to want to try and capitalize on Tacos being on the hards and try and get into the lead. Hobwob, though, he is on the mediums as well. Same lap old mediums as KP21. So these two have a bit of an advantage over Tacos, considering the fact that the mediums are the definite race tire. But the main people to really watch out for in this Grand Prix is P6, P8, and P9, and P11 and P12, in my opinion, as they are all on fresh softs. Yeah. And they have shown, sometimes more than once, that they have the pace.
They are capable of getting good results. All they have to do is just pass the rest of the people on the grid, which is easier said than done. But we still got a good chunk of this race left. 15 laps left of walls, strict corner cutting, and really, really, really close racing. Oh, close racing as in the walls are really close.
Close racing in more than one term, let's just put it that way. Like, walls could definitely catch you out around here, but so far, for the most part, a bunch of people, 17 at least, have not been caught out by the walls to cause a DNF. We do have two DNFs though, and that is obviously Sprightly and Carbon F1. But we still have 17 drivers in this, in which I want to quickly mention, once again, well done Tier 4 with the consistency of high attendance, really. 19 drivers, and, well, I think their average is around, like, possibly 18, 17, something like that. So really good showing from them. Yeah, something like that. But anyways, safety car is in this lap, I think. No, it wasn't. It said for me. Okay. Thought it said for me that the safety car was in this lap, but I guess it changed its mind or something. I'm not entirely sure. But in case you haven't noticed,
the clouds.
It's been a little cloudy, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it does rain, it will really change everything. The people who pitted will lose their advantage, and the people who stayed out will get a really, really big advantage. I'm not so sure if the rain will come, though. No confirmation from anyone in the chat, so we'll just have to wait and see. Get the benefit of the doubt. Surprising.
Yeah, we shall see if rain does come out. Remember, back in realistic, they had a little bit of rain near the end, but it wasn't enough to go onto the inter-compound of tires, in which I think only one person was caught out by that, thinking that the rain will come sooner than it did, but it just wasn't enough. So these drivers are going to have to be careful, because if they pit too early, that could catch them out massively, as the track apparently does not ramp up very quickly to wet conditions. As well, you just have to stay out on the drier compound as much as you want.
Yeah, could we look at penalty? Oh, actually, never mind. I was going to say, could we look at penalties real quick? 3 people out of 17 drivers are the only people to not have a penalty right now. That's crazy.
Yep, we said the penalties were going to be a factor in this race, and this is proving exactly so. Ishigo, RJL, and Baldguy, the only 3 without a penalty. Safety car in this lap, though. Hobwob is going to lead this train once again. Gonna just basically try and catch everyone out and just set the bar as to when he will go. Tacos, if you look, he is right on the back of the Aston Martin. He does not want him out of his sights right now. Hoppo gets a little bit squirrely there, but now he's going to start going. That has not caught Tacos out at all. The race is now resumed. Tacos, is he going to try and go for a move into turn 1? No, he doesn't. He uses a slot behind for the time being. Butter's got a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Lahabwab leads the first lap ahead of Tacos and KP21 Frizy. And I just want to mention Phantom, he's already gotten ahead of Henchman up into P5, so Phantom making the most out of this.
Bit of chaos there in the top 10.
Yes, there has. Fluky, I think Fluky might have gotten ahead as Father Corn dives on the inside of Ishigo. Doesn't get the move done. Ishigo was just able to cover it up and stay into P6, P9 for the time being. But Fluky's now actually covering off Ishigo as well. Ishigo going to try and go around the outside of turn 7.
Move.
That's not a move you've seen often. That was a great move from the Haas, and he moves himself up into P8. And remember, he doesn't have any time penalties, so this could prove crucial. He needs to stay on the back of all these guys. Bit of commotion at the back. There's actually a lot of commotion going on at the back. That is Fluky. He has spun at the hairpin. I'm not sure what's happened there. He might have been tapped at the back. Looks to be so, and Valkyrie is up into P10, but Father Corn is past him. Tacos has got a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help his race. There's a bunch of drivers not inside of each other, basically. There's a spinner off, and that's KP21. There's a lot of chaos going on in this Grand Prix, as now Ethap is up into P6. Ishigo up into P7. Corn, and then Valkyrie commotion at the back. Redeemer. Oh, there's another spin. Baldguy is spun round.
Baldguy got clipped again.
Both Ferraris just getting clipped by someone and both spinning off, and now they're relegated down to P15 and P16. So this has not gone well for the Italian-based team. Father Corn gets a 5-second, sorry, not a 5-second, a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. We're gonna go over to the back over to the front. Look at Phantom. He is right on the back of the Mercedes. The Fries are gonna try and go around the outside of the hairpin. He is on the better mediums. He's going to try and go for a little bit of a switchback. Frizy gets decent enough traction, but Phantom gets a pretty good traction as well. Right on the back of the Mercedes. Is he going to try and go for a move at the chicane? Redeemer gets past RJL. Actually, they're having a bit of a battle there, but Phantom not quite able to make the move into P3. DRS has been enabled, though, so that might help him. Bit of commotion at the back, though. Ethap going to try and go past Henchman. Dive on the inside into turn 1. Henchman leaves Ethap the space. Ethap going to try and go around the outside of turn 2. Ishigo looking a little... Ooh! Henchman getting a little squirrely there. That promotes Ethap now up into P5 and Ishigo up into P6. KP21 is in the pits, so it's not gone well for the Red Bull driver, and he's relegated down to P16. But Phantom, look at him. He is right on the back of the Mercedes. He's basically pushing that Mercedes through the corner. Does Phantom make a move? Not quite. He's going to stay behind. But gets really close between Frizy and Phantom. These two are absolutely going at it. Frizy, though, He is not within the 1 second of Tacos. That's going to hurt him as Phantom is just basically pushing him through every single corner through these past 2 laps. Phantom, he now has the DRS. He's going to easily have the slipstream. He pulls out to the left-hand side, and he sails past the Mercedes. And Phantom is now up into P3.
Yep, 10 laps remaining, and he's got the fresher compound. Tacos and Hopwell are having a little battle there. That's gonna help Phantom. He's already 5/10 within them both. He could win this race in this lap maybe if they keep battling. He's got the better tire than them, and he's got the better confidence, if I would say. He's got 3 seconds compared to Taco 6 and Hobwob's 11. So all he has to do is just basically stay behind them, which I doubt he will. He has the better tire. He can easily sail past them. Hobwob is going to be very much trouble. He's struggling with those 14-lap-old mediums.
He very much is struggling as Tacos and Phantom right on the back of him. You said the Phantom would want to take it easy. Well, I suspect that he wouldn't because in case you haven't looked, Ishigo, he doesn't have a penalty still. And he is within that 3 second of Phantom. So Phantom is going to try and make up the most out of this. He is on the back of the Williams of Tacos, but he just stays behind for the time being. As Tacos is actually going to go on the inside of the Phantom. It has a huge collision. Tacos has a good chicane, and he DNFs at the final. And he DNFs there. And Hoblob got caught in between them, and that's another safety car and a huge crash.
I don't know if Phantom got for wing damage from that. He did clip a bit of Hobwob's front. No visible damage, but you don't know. He does lose the advantage to people like Shredder and the people behind him who are going to pit for softs. This is a perfect time for a safety car if you want to go and pit, because the softs can easily go 10 laps. All you have to do is just overtake. Valkyrie is the lead soft runner right now. Valkyrie has shown a lot of pace in this season, but again, things have not just gone his way. Could things finally go his way? He could do it. I'm not so sure. I don't want to jinx it, but wow, this race has just gone from crazy to even more crazy to extraordinary with how much action and how much different the strategies have been compared to the following with the safety cars.
Yeah, it's already been quite the crazy race, and we still have a little bit more of the race to go. We shall see, but Phantom actually didn't get caught up by a safety car, but just noticing, look at that.
Yep.
4 people in the pits, 5 people. That is interesting.
Phantom stays out.
Yep, Phantom, he is playing the hard game, and he is the only person in the top 8 to not be on the soft compound of tires. And the lead soft runner now, it's not Valkyrie anymore, it's Frizy.
Interesting. Ichigo with no penalties compared to Frizy's 3 and Phantom's 3. Ichigo, the second fastest medium soft runner, and with no penalties.
Yeah. Phantom is going to want to try and pull away, but that is going to be most likely the most difficult thing that you could possibly tell anyone that you have to push, considering that everyone behind on the better tire within this race at the time being.
I mean, Phantom's shown that he's shown that throughout this race that he's been comfortably the fastest in this track right now, with his overtakes and with this battling in the front. But I'm not so sure. I don't know if this was the best strategy call from him. He wants to warm up those tires. You can see him braking really aggressively.
Yeah, he wants to have tire temperature within them so he can at least try and go for, if it won't be the win, it could possibly just at least be a podium, which would still be a decent result. And remember, that will jump him ahead of Janesb, who isn't attending. Bit of a commotion at the back. I think Valkyrie and Henchman have collided. So Valkyrie once again flirting with the margins between himself and the car in front, and getting another 5-second time penalty at that. But if Phantom has to at least finish 8th or higher if he wants to retake the championship lead. Currently sitting P1, but P2 at the moment due to time penalties. It's still quite a lot of points, but he no doubt wants to try and get this win in front of his home crowd.
Yep, it's just Phantom on 9-lap mode mediums against what, like 14 drivers on soft.
It's going to be the most difficult thing you could ever ask someone. Safety car's not going to be in this lap, though, so that's actually going to help Phantom a little bit more, but that could also help the soft runners as well. The more laps they do underneath the safety car, the more time that people will most likely want to be aggressive, which would also mean more time for people to get it wrong, more people to cause more collisions, more possibly DNFs. As to whether there'll be another safety car, I'm not entirely sure, but this is going to come to the point where people are going to be aggressive. The only person that does not have to play it aggressive right now, currently sitting P3, DXD Ishigo, without those time penalties, he is sitting pretty at the time being. If he can just stay behind Frizy and stay behind Phantom within that 3 second, he's got this.
Yeah, here we go. I think this might be the last lap. Valkyrie goes into the pits again, and he might have got some from wing damage. But I don't know. This could be a very big moment for Phantom. Then again, his rival Janesb isn't racing, so if he DNFs, I mean, he won't lose a lot. But there's still a lot on the table. If he wants to win this championship, really.
It's only round 7, but obviously getting the jump ahead of your rivals is what you want. Phantom trying to do exactly that, thanks to the I guess you could say the disappearance of Janesb. He's not entirely disappeared. He's still around somewhere, but he is just not here. Safety car supposedly should be in this lap as everyone is bunched up. We're just waiting for the sector 2 split to tell us exactly that. And there you go. So safety car is now in this lap. So now, once again, it will be Phantom's discretion as to when they will go. Will Phantom leave it late? Will he do it early? Try and catch everyone out? We'll have to find out. But right now, he's going to keep temperature within his tires. Try and get those mediums up. Try and, do the best he can, given the circumstances that he's put in, the amount of pressure that he's about to receive. But ideally, he does have a little bit of a buffer, but it isn't much because Quick Tongue is P16, splitting the two, but he's no doubt going to have to pull off to the side and let everyone by. But Phantom going through the final chicane. Where does he leave it? He leaves it now. Someone goes into the pits. That is Henchman. But Phantom, I think he might have caught someone out. I'm not entirely sure. Valkyrie has retired on the exit of the chicane. So Valkyrie has already DNF'd and getting it all wrong on the safety car restart. But Phantom leads ahead of Frizy. Oh, there's commotion at the back, and Father Court is spun. He is spun in the exit of 3, and that's not going well for the AlphaTauri driver. He is now relegated down to P13. And the AlphaTauri, who was looking good, has now unfortunately just lost it all. But so far though, most people keeping it stationary. Bit of a spin at the back, and that is Redeemer once again. Take another one off my box. Don't think as if I forgot Redeemer. But anyways, back to the other Alfa Romeo 810s between Phantom and Frizy. Phantom, despite being on those mediums, he's still slowly pulling away compared to Frizy. So he needs to do something here if he wants to stay within that, and ideally Ishigo needs to do something as well, as he is behind going into the pits. That is, I think that was Quick Tongue. Yes, it was. Ethab got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's not going to help his race. Going to go over to penalties. The top three, they have 3 seconds, except for Ishigo, obviously. So Ishigo still sitting pretty for the time being. He just needs to stick behind for the time being. He's going to have to watch out because there is possibly the chance of other drivers trying to pressurize Ethab and Shredder. Ethab especially. We know Ethab has the pace. Can he do anything? We'll have to find out as the clock is ticking down for these drivers to do anything.
Yeah, Feizy's just really just waiting for the DRS here. Phantom is, I mean, yeah, you're right. Phantom is doing extremely well for really old mediums. He's about to reach the stage where those mediums are about to fall off compared to the new softs. And I think after this lap, the DRS will be enabled. Oh no. I'll invite him as soon as I can. Hold on.
No, yeah.
It's gone from
exactly
bad to worse.
Extreme heartbreak for Phantom. He's unfortunately left the session. That's not gone well for him, and now Freizy has gotten past his AI. So Phantom with that disconnection, he has, his AI is seated position. Freizy now leads. Ishigo, though, he is in P2 now and is on the back of Freizy. He just needs to keep it easy, unless he wants to risk it. He's the only man right now to not have a 3-second time penalty. Look at that. Everyone has a 3-second time penalty except for him. So Ishigo really just sitting pretty. He's keeping it easy on track limits, as I just saw there. He knows the situation he's in. He just doesn't want to risk anything right now. He could possibly get past Freizy, but there's no point. If he wants to lead, he can. If he doesn't have to. So he just has to sit pretty, make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, but he is going to go for the move. He's going to go on the inside of Freizy to make contact. Yes, he do. Freizy has to cut the chicane, and that allows Ethab to get up in between the two. Ethab is now up into P2 right now, but he has 6 seconds, so that's not going to help him. But that actually creates a buffer for Ishigo, as Ishigo, the only man to not have a 3-second time penalty, is leading this Grand Prix.
Yep, he's still got two laps left. Sorry, well, 2.5 laps left. He has the advantage on penalties. If he does get a penalty, I mean, all he has to do is hold on for dear life against his rival, Crusade Ethab. I know these two people are friends, and it's surprising that I'm seeing them both in a tier together, considering they were 2 tiers apart last season. But here they are, battling each other in Tier 4, 2 laps left. Anything can happen. Ichigo can pull something crazy. Ethan could pull something crazy. Feizy could pull something crazy, or anyone else on the grid could do something.
We'll have to wait and see as we're going to come across the line to start the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. Ishigo, I would say for the most part, he's been kind of quiet in this Grand Prix. Well, right now he is speaking words, and they are loud at the time being, leading the penultimate lap, the final couple laps of this Grand Prix. But Ethab is on the back of him, but I suspect that Ishigo is not going to defend that as hard. Yellow flag at the back. I think that might be for KP21. I'll try and check on that. Right now, I think, hang on, having a little bit of a moment. KP21, I think he's been relegated down to P11. I think he might have had a bit of a moment. Henchman says the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but that's not going to count due to the fact that he's not within the top 10. So that fastest lap is not going to count right now. The intervals are kind of broken right now, so we'll have to wait until we see that. But Ishigo still very much keeping it calm. I haven't seen very many mistakes from him ever since he took the lead, and that's exactly what he wants. He does not want to risk it at all, and, well, doesn't need to. He doesn't have to let anyone by. He can if he wants to, but so far it's looking pretty easy right now. Shredder's been relegated down to P6. I'm not sure what's happened there, but that allows Fluky to come up into P5. Oh, Hobblob's actually had a bit of a moment and is now down to P7. There's a yellow flag up at the front, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't ever anything. Phantom now goes up into P4, and I think Phantom is back in the session. And if we look over at time penalties, I don't think He is not within the extra 3 seconds of Crusade Ethab, so it's not going to be enough unless Ethab has a moment. So your podium right now will stay the way it is, but instead it will be Frizy in P2 and Ethab in P3. So we'll see how that plays out. But one position that isn't going to change right now, no matter what happens, if anything, Ishigo. He had in his debut race, I think, in Monaco. Yeah, he got a podium around there. He's shown he had the pace. He had a bit of an up and down moment at Baku. He came into Canada not expecting anything out of this. I suspect that this is the least that he expected. Comes around the final chicane, and he's gonna come across the line to win the Canadian Grand Prix. Ethab comes home into P2. Does Frizy jump him? Yes, he does. So Frizy's now up into P2. Ethab finishes in P3 ahead of Phantom. That's the 2 Ferraris. Baldguy ahead of Fluky. RJL gets P7 ahead of Shredder. Butters gets his first points of the season with P9. And Hobwob settles in for P10. That rounds off your top 10 with Redeemer just missing out. Wow.
That was crazy. Frizy gets his first podium of the season. Ichigo gets his first win of the season. And Ethan as well gets his first podium of the season. So it's basically a all new podium here in Canada. That was great. 5th unique winner in this tier. Wow. This was such a long race, and it was long as in like so many things happened. Ichigo gets the trophy there for the house outfit.
Yep, Ishigo taking the winner's trophy and what was most likely an unexpected win for him, but one that he will take nonetheless, as it was one of the only few drivers that didn't put a foot wrong in this race. And well, putting a foot wrong would have cost you, and that has not cost Ishigo at all, as he didn't make a mistake. He wins from P6 on the grid. Frizy, who started P13, has finished up into P2, and his first podium for Mercedes, and well, for himself, I believe. Ethab gets another podium ahead of Phantom. Phantom, in which was leading most of this race, but it just wasn't enough. It was so close, but just a little bit too far. Baldguy finishes in P5, so once again keeping up the decent consistency right ahead of his teammate Fluky. So Ferrari having a decent time in Canada. RJL getting P7 ahead of Shredder, double Haas points. Then it's Butters in P9, double Mercedes points. Hobwob P10. Then it's Redeemer, KP21, Henchman, Fathercorn, Quick Tongue, Valkyrie, Tacos, Carbon, and Sprightly. Whew.
Hello.
Try and get.
Hello. You're the first one in this interview. Let us invite the rest of the grid of the podium. Sorry.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Since I've been on the podium for BRL.
There we go.
Well,
Tab.
so we shall very much get onto that in a bit, as we are just gonna wait for all of the drivers to come into the party to start interviews.
Let me ping him.
BRL.
There we go.
Last season 6.
Easy.
BRL.
So before we start off,
you guys can celebrate it a bit right now. We gotta get to
before we start
to
off,
interviews right now. We'll definitely start right now. We shall now move on to P3 and Feta. You shall go. Shall you go ahead and take this one?
Yeah,
Wait,
of course.
I messed that up.
Yeah, you're good. First of all, Frizy, congrats. Be sure to include your audio.
Hold on.
So,
Is Ethab?
I mean, I'm fine with taking P2.
Ethab, right.
I'm fine with
Sorry.
taking P2.
Sorry, Frizy. We'll get on to you in a sec. Just
Yeah, so
hang on.
Ethab, first podium of the season. It was a long time coming, considering. I mean, you still got the results in a lot of the races, but it could have been more. But do you feel like this is finally some redemption for you, and you can start getting consistent podiums from this?
Honestly, yes, this was a redemption race for me because, like, honestly, for the past few races I've been struggling, and then this race is like, all right, I got this. Gonna beat Phantom. Gonna beat all these drivers that have been beating me down. And then I would have made it to P3 without Ishigo. All his help throughout the race.
Best unofficial teammates.
Exactly. Give me the toe throughout the race. That was very helpful for me.
Oh, sorry for that.
Nonetheless, despite that, I guess you could say chaotic race, you still managed to come into to a podium spot. So well done to you. We shall now move on to who finished P2 in the race, which is Frizy, in which I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is your first ever podium since season 6. You said?
Yeah, BRL Baku season 6. That was a chaotic race, and it's the same happened here as well.
Well, I'm not entirely sure what to say. Obviously, you got driver of the day. You started P13, and despite all the mess that happened, you managed to mostly keep your nose clean and finish up in the second spot on the podium. How do you feel about getting it for the first time since Baku?
Man, it was a sweaty race. I just want to say GG's to Phantom. I was unlucky that he disconnected at the very end. I was looking forward to our battle, but yeah, no, this is my best ever league racing result, a P2, so I am absolutely stoked about that. But yeah, the race all in all was pretty good. I told my teammate before we went to qualifying that I'm starting at the back, and I kind of did, but you know, it is what it is. And then the race start, I had the perfect jump, or perfect launch, and then I saw one of the Ferraris take out half the grid for me, so that was fantastic. And yeah, it was chaotic. And then I knew with the 3-second penalty, I knew the DXD was going to get me, so I didn't put much of a fight. But GG's. And then when I saw was it Alpine or Williams?
It was
Alpine.
Alpine, yeah. Then I saw on the final lap I had no ERS, and I was trying my absolute hardest to stay within 3 seconds, and I just got there, and I celebrated so hard, and that was fantastic.
Let me tell you, Frizy, how much I was pushing on that last lap trying to get away from you.
Yeah, no, I had across the line I had 3% ERS.
I had 0 ERS.
Damn.
So,
okay. Well, speaking, you said before about telling your teammate about something. Speaking of him, he actually got his first points of the season. So, your first podium of the season and his first points of the season. Would you say this is a good momentum for Mercedes going forward?
well, I hope so. I hope I don't do a last week and stick through alarms again. And but yeah, no, 20 points. 20 points for the team. It's good for the constructors. It's good that my teammate has got his first points. Hopefully, he can push up. Maybe he can get himself a podium next week, wherever that may be. I think it's Austria next week. And yeah,
France.
Oh, France. France is next week. Well, then.
Oh God.
That's gonna be something. Let me tell you.
It will be something indeed. But nonetheless, well done to you as you get your first podium and some very good points for the team. Feta, do you have any further comments before we move on to P1?
No. Yeah, just move on to P1 really.
All right, alrighty then. So again, well done to you on your first ever podium. But now we're gonna move on to DXD Ishigo. So, Ishigo, you were the only man to not have a penalty in that race.
Are you serious?
Everyone else had a time penalty except for you. I'm not even kidding when I say that. You managed to keep it within the track limits and get your first ever win this season. And your first and your second podium in just 3 races. Dare say you definitely have some good momentum, but did you expect a win out of that?
To be honest, no. It was always going to be a long shot. I screwed up quali in like 2 of my quickest laps. I should have been P3, maybe P4. And then going into turn 1, what's his name? Ethan's teammate, Quickie Tongue, he was lagging a little bit, and then we made contact and I got spun around and I fell back to last. And my softs were dead, and then thankfully the VSC came out around like lap 7, so I said screw it, let's pit for mediums and just do a 2-stop. And then after that it was just carving my way through the field. Set a fastest lap at one point, and then the last safety car really helped my race, especially with the no penalties, and I knew Phantom was on the old mediums with a 3-second. Shout out to my engineers for telling me I should pit for softs, because I was just going to stay out on the softs, on the mediums, like a dumb. So, but I didn't. And then, yeah, I didn't get a single warning, which makes no sense, because last season in Tier 2, I got like 6 seconds worth of penalties, and I hate this track. The past 3 tracks I
The fact
hate.
that you just said, hold on. The fact that you just said that you didn't even have a single warning, that just makes this even better. Like, damn.
Maybe it was the training and realistic last night in the Haas, because it felt terrible, but then you get into equal cars, it's like, oh, this is actually drivable, and I can stay in the track. Yeah, it's great. So, yeah.
Could have
Oh,
been,
you're
and also
dissing your team principal who's in the party right now.
No, I'm not dissing, I'm just saying it's a terrible car. He knows it.
Yeah,
He
car's
knows the
terrible.
car's bad.
We all know the car's bad. That's why we have Haas.
Nonetheless, you still managed to get your first ever win this season. And I think Shredder got some decent points as well, so this is great
Yeah,
momentum
he did.
for Haas. But I'm gonna ask all of you this. It's well, whoever wants to answer first can go ahead. After coming off of the straight hybrid track of Canada, we move on to Paul Ricard, as mentioned before. Move on to France. What are your expectations going into that race? Do you think you guys are able to repeat in this going into the next race, or can you possibly go one better?
I'm winning the race.
Alright.
That's not me being
Well,
a
then,
douche.
that's everyone's fighting for
All right,
P2
already
next
been a
week.
confidence.
I'm not being a douche.
No,
I just really
I just need
enjoy
to practice the
Power Car.
track in general.
I haven't practiced that in like 3
I haven't
weeks.
practiced Canada. Like that race was my basically practice race for me.
I freaking hate Canada for passion.
I hate it too. And I hate
Way better this
my
year than
my
last track, I
Alpine
guess.
quote
Yeah,
unquote
sorry,
teammate
Zeno.
that's
I
tier
mean,
3.
Minico.
I swear, so
No.
many people get confused.
A race that I'm actually
Oh, I
excited
did it
for
on
is Mexico.
purpose.
I know you did.
Oh yeah, Ethan at Mexico is gonna be dangerous.
Oh yeah, I've been putting in practice.
It's like 5
Well,
months
anyways,
away.
Veta, do you have
Exactly.
any more comments to the drivers?
Oh, thank you guys.
No worries.
Goodbye.
Yeah, well done to all 3 of you for that chaotic race, I guess you could say, and congratulations on your podiums and win.
Gracias,
And
gracias.
that is, you're very much welcome. But that is going to be everything from Feta and I here for today. But be sure to tune in tomorrow, where we race at the same times with Tier 2 and then Tier 1. We'll see how they can do around the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. But from Feta and I, it is that.